Ever wondered what really makes a team tick? You know, what gets them truly fired up? It's way more than just a paycheck. Today, we're diving into the architectural blueprint for a reward system that builds genuine, lasting motivation.
It's the question every single leader asks themselves, right? You've got great people, a clear mission, so why is it so tough to keep that energy high? Well, stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're going to give you the key pieces to solve that puzzle for good.
All right, first things first. Every great construction project starts with a solid foundation. Before we can even think about putting up walls, we have to understand the ground we're building on. So, let's get clear. What is a reward system?
Really?
I absolutely love the wording here. Notice it doesn't just say payroll or compensation plan. It says strategic framework. That is a huge shift in thinking. It means this isn't just about cutting checks. It's about creating an intentional design to connect what people do every day with the company's biggest goals. It's the engine, not just the gas in the tank.
Okay, so our foundation is set. Now let's talk about the materials we're going to build with. In our blueprint for motivation, every leader basically has two fundamental building blocks to work with.
And here they are. It really boils down to these two big levers you can pull. On one side, you have your monetary rewards, the tangible, financial stuff. And on the other, you have the non-monetary rewards, the things that are less tangible but honestly are often way more powerful motivators. We're talking recognition, growth, that kind of stuff. The real magic isn't about picking one over the other. It's all about how you blend them together.
Let's get a little more specific. The monetary side is pretty straightforward, right? Bonuses, incentives, pay that's tied to performance. We get that. But now look at that other column. Recognition, a real path for career growth, a genuine respect for work-life balance. You see, money might get people in the door, but the stuff on this side of the table, that's what makes them want to stay.
Okay, so our foundation is poured and we've chosen our building blocks. So now what? How do we actually assemble them into something that's going to stand strong for years to come? Well, that's where the blueprint, the strategy, is everything. This is all about being intentional with the design.
Here's the single most important takeaway: alignment. Every single reward, every bonus, every public thank you has to be a giant flashing signpost pointing everyone toward your main goal. Think about it. If an incentive doesn't directly support a key business objective, it's not just useless, it's actually creating noise and confusion. You want a crystal clear path from what an individual does to what the whole company achieves.
This slide just nails the three core jobs of any great system. First, it's got to attract top talent. You need the best people. Second, it has to retain them. You can't have a revolving door. And third, it must constantly reinforce the exact behaviors that are going to push your business forward. Attract, retain, reinforce. That's the cycle. That's the whole game.
So, the structure is built. The system is designed. It looks great. But wait, before we can cut that ribbon, there's one last, absolutely critical step: the final inspection. This is what makes sure our creation is actually built to last, because it proves that it's built on a foundation of trust.
Man, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Fair, transparent, and strategically aligned. These three things are totally non-negotiable. Without fairness, you get resentment. Without transparency, you get suspicion and rumors. And without alignment, you just get chaos. These aren't just corporate buzzwords. They are the absolute bedrock of a system that actually works. And to build that trust, you need some serious guardrails. Your system has to be legal and ethical. Of course, it has to follow all the rules. But look closer at this slide. It goes beyond just the rules to the principles. A commitment to fairness, a dedication to transparency. See the difference? That's what separates a system that people are forced to follow from one they actually believe in. And when you bring it all together, that solid foundation, the right blend of rewards, a clear strategic blueprint, and that rigorous final inspection, you don't just have a system, you have a masterpiece. It's more than just a process. It's a dynamic engine, actively pulling your entire organization toward its most important goals.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question. Take a good, hard look at your own organization. Is your reward system a masterpiece of strategic design built on fairness and trust? Or is it a fragile house of cards, just one bad quarter away from collapsing? The blueprint is yours now. It's time to get building.